Hey Mike, well, I'm back because the cricket's back. The fourth test match has just got underway. Last night was the first day, and it was a particularly satisfying day for me because I stayed up the entire night watching it, despite the fact that it was one of the most tedious, boring days of test cricket, or at least most of it was, that I've seen in a long time. To give you an example, Debbie, who is now quite a convert to the game, sat down to watch it with me and fell asleep more or less instantly. Anyway, as you remember, Australia was down 2-0 in the series. Can't win the Ashes, but they still can, if they win the next two test matches, draw the series 2-2, which would be a big achievement. And finally, they picked Jackson Bird, the guy that I've been saying all series should be in the side. So I was really looking forward to seeing how he'd perform. And I must confess that patriotism wasn't enough for me in this match. I decided to have a small wager on the Australians winning as well, which gave me even more interest. England won the toss and batted. Straight away, my mate Jackson Bird disappointed me. He bowled okay, but not particularly brilliantly. And England started to grind and grind and grind. They'd moved to lunch for the loss of only one wicket and had scored only about 55 runs. After that, they came out, continued to bore the Australians into submission, and the poor old crowd. This is the first test match that's ever been played in the Ashes in Durham, and the crowd up in the northeast were so excited to turn up, and you could see the looks of horror on their faces around about this time as they realised they still had about 4 or 5 hours left of watching it, and their eyes were saying, "Get me to the bar, get me to the bar." The English then gradually started to accelerate the scoring, and my bet started to look the stupidest thing I've done. It just looked as though it was going to be England's day, and then from nowhere they just completely collapsed. One of these amazing little things that cricket throws up. Nathan Lyon, the spin bowler, who I have, as I said before, devoted much of my time on Twitter to calling for his sacking, took 4 wickets. Now, I'd contend that he got the wickets simply by surprising England by how badly he was bowling, but that's possibly a little bit unfair. So, wickets fell and fell and fell, and from a position of great strength, England have finished the day. They've only scored 230 odd runs, as I said. It was very, very slow, and Australia have taken 9 wickets. So Australia look like they are in the box seat, and English fans who have been accustomed throughout the 1990s and the first half of the 2000s to just losing every time they played against Australia are starting to get a little bit nervous. They're thinking that maybe their brief period in the sunshine has ended and Australia's going to come roaring back. Well, I'm not so sure. We shall see, but hopefully tomorrow is a more enterprising and exciting day's play. See ya.